comparing and contrasting the two blues, Demonsoni, Kenyi Cichlid. Let's look at them to see what the difference in the two sets of, should I say, Mbuna Cichlids. What's the difference? Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. My name is Riley. I do ornamental fish keeping, fish care, and tilapia breeding, trading and keeping. Okay, so today I have two stripe, what call it, vertical stripe, blue, light blue, dark blue, Mbuna Cichlids. Now they are loved within the aquarium aquatics industry, or should I say, space. Persons love them, but of the two, Kenyi, Demonsoni is more loved. Okay, so let's look at Demonsoni. Now Demonsoni, it has a brighter sheen than the Kenyi, right? So as you can see, the sheen, guys, it's small. It's probably about a little bit over 1 inch, so it's small and it's being under stress right now, right? So I just wanted to share with you the difference. One, the sheen, and the reason why that one looks so dull in color is because when it is facing certain amount of stress, it can actually flex its colors. Alright, so this is Demonsoni, right? You cannot tell whether or not it's a male or female just yet because it's very young. But looking at it, guys, it's bright in color, right? Very bright in color. Awesome looking fish, right? Oh, yeah, man, cool. So it's dark blue, light blue, right? Okay, let's look at the other. It's the same color, but it flexes its color based on, what's facing it right now. First of all, I would like to say that when I just started to keep fish, I usually say that the females are light blue and the males are dark blue. There's no such thing, right? Both of them have the same brightness, and they can actually flex their colors based on what they're actually going through. So this is another one, right? So periodically it will actually flex its color and get a little bit darker, get a bit lighter, depending on the space, the what you call it now, the pH of the water, the stress it is faced in, and all of that. It looks as if the brighter color one right now in here is actually putting the lighter color one on it some amount of stress, whether it be by chasing or by fighting. Okay, all right. So let's go on to the Kenyi. Now the Kenyi, on the other hand, guys, it doesn't have that bright blue like the Demonsoni. However, the blue stripe is still appealing to the eyes, right? The blue stripe, depending on the sex in which you are looking at, it's easier to sex the Kenyi than the Demonsoni, because the Kenyi, when it reaches maturity, that's the male, it becomes yellow. The female continues with the same color. Again, they are actually flexing their colors based on the stress that they are facing. But these two are Kenyi Cichlid. Now, if you look at the fish, you realize that there are some similarities with this fish in comparison to the Demonsoni. However, there are marked differences as far as structure, right? So the stripes on the Kenyi, right? It finishes, or should I say, it doesn't go completely underneath the belly, right? Now look at the Demonsoni. Go back to the Demonsoni. As it goes underneath the belly, right? It goes far more underneath the belly than the Kenyi, right? The Kenyi is, even the female is lighter in color than the Demonsoni, right? I would say the Demonsoni is a little bit more aggressive, and the structure of the Kenyi, guys, the structure of the Kenyi is so different than the structure of the the Demonsoni. One thing that pulls your eye, guys, is the color. Right, both of them have this bluish color, and if you have, like, say, 10 Demonsoni and 10 Kenny in one space, you probably would not be able to tell offhand the difference as to which is Kenny and which is Demonsoni. However, probably I would, because I have been keeping them for a bit, right? However, within a nice pristine environment wherein it they are well kept, good water, fed well, what you'll find that the the Demosonian, there you can see that they are flexing their colors again. The sheen will look a little bit more brighter in color than the Kenny. The Kenny, the stripes are not as thick. Now look at the stripe. This is a stripe, right? The stripe of the Kenny, right? Now let's look at the stripe of the Demonsoni. The stripe of the Demonsoni is a little bit more bolder, a little bit more wider than that of the Kenny, right? And you have the light blue and the dark blue. But the light blue and the dark blue, when compared to the blue over on this side, the blue on this the dark blue on this one, this is the Kenny, is not as pronounced as the dark blue on the Demonsoni, right? Both of them have some amount of aggression, and they are both mouth brooders, guys. Yeah, they actually carry their babies in their mouth, right? And it's, as I said before, it's difficult to tell the male and the female Demonsoni offhand. Sometimes you have to watch the behavior, you have to watch the export, you have to watch the size. It has nothing to do with the color, because both of them can flex the color, become bright and become dull whenever they want, depending on their mood. However, the Kenyi Mbuna Cichlid, much easier for you to identify the male and the female. Eventually, the male will become yellow, start to change to yellow, and then it becomes bright yellow. You would think that it's a yellow lab, but however, it have the distinct lining in it. That looks like I have the blue stripe. Yeah, it have the blue stripe in it, right? So this fish, it has been underneath tremendous stress. So I am going to be placing them back in the space. I'm going to be placing this in an aquarium at the front, and this in an aquarium at the in my house, right? Yes, guys. Peace out. Catch you next time. I hope that this video was, it helps you identify. Oh, by the way, some pet shops in Jamaica, they do sell the Kenny as assorted Mbuma, or they sell them as uh, they sell them as Demonsoni, because Demonsoni is more expensive than this one, right? I think a lot of persons don't really know about the Kenny. To call it Kenny, they just call it assorted, and because of that, the price is not really as much as this one. But when by the way, these go an average of between 3.5 to 4 inches. These can go as massive as 4.5 to 5 inches, depending on how you keep them. Alright, guys, I think I've been talking too much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Peace out. Bye bye.